I am the only son of the chairman of Sterling, yet I fell in love with Stella, William's most promising protege. To prove herself worthy of me, she made a binding commitment to William. Please give me 3 years, Mr. William, to go abroad and develop the European market. If I return with contracts worth tens of billions, I beg you to agree to my marriage to Julian. On the eve of her departure, she placed a tie clip engraved with my initials in my palm. When I return, I will use this achievement to formally propose marriage to your father, and make you the most celebrated groom in the city. 3 years later, Stella single-handedly revitalized the entire European market and returned laden with honors. On the day she came back to the country, I waited for her to formally propose marriage, dressed in a bespoke suit, but brought a pale-faced man and knelt before our, "Please, Mr. Julian, return the tie clip and grant Noah and me our wish." I extinguished the hope in my eyes and picked up the business alliance agreement lying on the coffee table. "Dad, I am willing to accept a business alliance agreement with Vance. Mr. Julian, Stella, and I genuinely love each other. Please grant us your blessing," Noah said, his face pale and his voice sounding weak. The woman who, 3 years ago, swore she would only love me, now avoided my gaze. 10 years of love, 3 years of waiting, all for Stella to throw herself into another man's arms. "Stella." William was trembling with rage, pointing at her. "What did you promise me back then? You said you weren't worthy of Julian, so you'd go to Europe for 3 years, return with contracts worth tens of billions, and then marry our Julian splendidly. Now you've brought back this disreputable man. Where have you put the honor of my Sterling family?" Stella's jawline was tightly clenched, her voice hoarse. "Mr. William, I am sorry to you, and even more sorry to Julian. But, he has no parents. He suffered a lot with me in Euro. These past 3 years and sacrificed too much for me. Now he only has me." William let out a furious laugh. "He only has you? What about my son? My son waited for you for 3 whole years. For you, he turned down countless young women from affluent families, waiting from 27 until 30, practically dragging himself into being a confirmed bachelor. What do his sacrifices for you amount to?" Yes, what did they amount to? For her, I rejected Harper, the only daughter of the Vance family, my childhood sweethearts. The normally proud girl's eyes reddened for the first time when I told her I chose Stella. For her, during her toughest times developing the European market, fearing she would be distracted, I didn't dare tell her I almost didn't make it after a severe case of acute gastroenteritis. For her, I used William's connections, without him even knowing, to repeatedly help her deal with overseas business rivals and smooth over the obstacles she faced. 3 years of devotion, only to be met with an apology. Was this love? Why couldn't I feel it? Stella's voice was resolute. "Mr. William, Julian has you, he has Sterling. If he leaves me, he will still be the esteemed young master of the Sterling family, and countless women better than me will be lining up to marry him. But is different. He has nothing, he only has me. And, his brother died saving me. As long as you and Julian are willing to grant us your blessing, I will forfeit all my positions and shares at Sterling, and forfeit all assets." Truly touching. For the sake of so-called true love and responsibility, she was even willing to abandon her future. What did my waiting count for? The remaining sliver of hope in my heart was crushed to dust. I extinguished all light in my eyes, my voice calm. "Dad, stop. Let it go. I'll grant them their wish." Stella's body trembled, and she bowed even lower. I continued, "Uncle, go to my room and get that black velvet box from my desk." 3 minutes late. Our uncle returned with the box. I opened it. Inside, a delicate tie clip rested quietly, engraved with my initials, QY. On that night 3 years ago, Stella had placed this tie clip in my palm, confidently vowing that when she returned, she would use contracts worth tens of billions as her betrothal gift, making me the most celebrated groom in the city. Now, she had returned, but I was not the groom. I handed her the tie clip. "Stella, I wish you both happiness." Stella's eyes were complicated. She opened her mouth, as if to say something. Cough. Cough cough. Noah suddenly clutched his chest, coughing violently. I don't feel well, my chest is so tight." Stella immediately supported Noah, her tone urgent. "Julian, thank you for your blessing. Noah isn't feeling well, I'm taking him to the hospital first. I'll explain everything another day." With that, she helped him rush out to the luxury sedan parked at the entrance, without a backward glance. I stood rooted to the spot, my hands empty, just like my 13 years of devotion, which, in the end, had come to nothing. "Julian, the marriage with the Vance family has been arranged," William said, pinching his temples tiredly. the wedding is in 3 days. All right, I replied softly, without a moment's hesitation. There is no greater sorrow than a dead heart. It no longer mattered who I married. Just then, the mansion door opened, and Stella entered carrying a gift bag. Julian, this is a gift I picked out for you in Europe. I never had a chance to give it to you. Please take it. Don't resent Noah in the future, and don't make things difficult for him, okay? She held the bag out to me, her voice carrying a hint of pleading, but it was for another man. No need, my voice was icy. Stella, we have no relationship now. I won't meddle in your lives. We don't need to see each other again. Julian, I know you're angry with me. Stella's face stiffened, her voice urgent. Noah and I were truly an accident. That time in Germany, I was negotiating a project and was drugged by a competitor. Noah rushed in and saved me. Later, his brother died blocking an enemy for me. I owe him not just gratitude, but a life. I can't not be responsible. Died saving her? But when she was ambushed and targeted by competitors, it was I who used my connections to hire a security team to rescue her. Because of that, my arm was grazed by a stray bullet, leaving a deep, visible scar that remains to this day. When her capital chain broke, I secretly mortgaged my properties without William knowing, injecting crucial funds to save her. When she was framed by commercial spies and faced imprisonment, I flew over and used countless connections to get her out. These were all things I did. Why did they become Noah and his brother's achievements? Could it be? Never mind, it's meaningless. Her heart had already changed. I looked up, my eyes full of mockery. If an accident happened so long ago, why didn't you tell me sooner? Why did you keep it from me, letting me wait for you like a fool for 3 long years? Stella's face turned ashen, unable to utter a single word for a long time. Just then, Noah walked in. Ah, why did you come in alone? You didn't wait for me. He intimately linked his arm through Stella's, his voice tinged with provocation. Mr. Julian, and my wedding is set for 3 days from now. You and Mr. William must come and attend our wedding reception. Oh, and Mr. Julian, you have the best taste. These are the designs for my suit, specially commissioned by from a Parisian designer. Could you tell me if they look good? I had drawn those designs myself 3 years ago. I once showed them to Stella, telling her I would wear that suit to marry her. I never imagined Stella would like them so much that she would steal the design to have a unique custom suit made for Noah. My heart was severely stung. When I lowered my head to hide it, I saw a blessed charm hanging around Noah's neck. That was the blessed charm I had knelt at St. Michael's Chapel for 3 days and 3 nights, made a solemn vow for her when I was 18. I had personally placed it around her neck, telling her never to take it off, no matter where she went. Now, it was around Noah's neck. Stella, did she love him that much? Enough to casually give my heartfelt gift to another man. That was my item. If she didn't love me anymore, she could have returned it or thrown it away. Why give it to someone else? Disgust and fury surged through me. I felt my blood boil. Give it back to me. I reached out to snatch the blessed charm from his neck. But before I could even touch it, Noah yelped and recoiled, slipped, and fell to the ground. Noah clutched his chest in pain. Brother, I know you hate me, but you can't do this to me. All will be heartbroken. I didn't. I trembled with anger. Stella's eyes were filled with disgust. Julian, are you crazy? Why have you become like this? So petty. It was I who cancelled the engagement. If you have any grievances, take them out on me. Why hurt Noah? He's innocent. I laughed, but my eyes were red. Stella, how could I be as heartless as you? That blessed charm was something I prayed for you. Why did you give it to someone else? And the antique watch my mother left me? Before you left for your business trip, I told you to keep it with you, to remember me. Where is it now? Stella's body stiffened. The watch. Noah liked it. He took it the other day. Noah, give him back the watch. Noah looked at me, his voice full of grievance. Brother, I'm sorry, that watch, I accidentally broke it when I wore it. The movement was shattered, so I threw it away. I didn't mean to. Broke it? And threw it away. That was my mother's only memento. I rushed over and grabbed Noah by his collar. Where are the pieces? You go pick them up. Put my watch back together and give it to me. That's mine. Enough. Stella abruptly pushed my hand away, shielding Noah tightly behind her, and snapped impatiently, it's just a broken watch. Is it really worth all this? If it's broken, it's broken. I'll buy you 100, 1,000 better ones tomorrow. Broken watch? A deep, angry voice rang out. William rushed over and kicked Stella, absolutely enraged. That was my wife's only memento left to Julian. You blind, heartless beast. Get out. Get out of the Sterling family now. William roared, his eyes bloodshot, pointing at the door. Stella was thrown off balance, blood seeping from the corner of her mouth. She opened her mouth, trying to say something. Just then, the doorbell rang. 3 people in uniforms respectfully held a gift box. Mr. William, Mr. Julian, we are from the Vance's Bespoke Formalwear Boutique. We've been ordered by Ms. Harper to deliver the rushed bespoke suit to Mr. Julian. Stella stared at me, her voice trembling. Who's getting married? Julian, what is this about? William was about to speak, but I stopped him first. A friend is getting married. The suit was sent for me to check the size. Oh, I see. You scared me. I thought you were getting married. Stella sighed in relief. Noah peeked out from behind her. I know Mr. Julian is faithful, but he's not getting any younger. He should start thinking about his personal life. After all, options for men get fewer after 30. Noah, say less, Stella cautioned. Stella paused, then looked at William and me. Julian, what happened just now was my fault. I shouldn't have been so impulsive. But as innocent. I hope you can understand. 3 days from now, you and your father must come and attend our wedding reception, okay? You're the closest person to me, and I wish for your blessing. I didn't look at her again, turning to the butler. Uncle, please show our guests out. 3 days later. I woke early to get dressed, waiting for the Vance family to pick me up. William walked in, his eyes full of heartache and reluctance. Julian, are you really sure? It's still not too late to change your mind. Dad, I never make decisions I'll regret. Besides, Harper and I were childhood sweethearts. She won't treat me badly, rest assured. I held William's hand, which caused the hardened businessman to wipe the corner of his eye, giving me countless admonishments. Young sir, Miss Stella is here. She says she's here to pick you both up for her wedding, the butler announced as we were talking. Let her in. It's time for a definitive end. I straightened my tie, my composure restored. Stella walked in and saw the entire mansion adorned with red wedding banners and my perfectly tailored suit. Her pupils instantly constricted. Julian, what are you doing? Noah and I personally came to invite you to our wedding, and you're using this trick to force me to marry you? Is this supposed to be funny? I told you, I love Noah, and I'm responsible for him. Even if you cover the entire Sterling with wedding banners, I won't marry you. Can you please stop tormenting him? He's not well, he can't handle this kind of stress. Even now, she thought I was marrying her? Before I could speak, Noah, his eyes red and voice choked, said from behind her, don't be angry. Mr. Julian just loves you too much and isn't thinking straight. It's all my fault. If it weren't for me, you two wouldn't have come to this. Maybe our wedding. It has nothing to do with you. Stella gently comforted him, then turned to me, her eyes full of disgust. Julian, put away your ridiculous tricks. All this does is make me think less of you. I looked at her coldly, and spoke faintly. Stella, are you perhaps overestimating yourself? Miss Stella, you've misunderstood. Our master is indeed getting married today, but the bride is not you. These wedding banners are not for you. Uncle rushed over to explain. The person our young is marrying today is Ms. Harper, the CEO of Vance. The family's wedding procession will be here shortly. I'm afraid we won't have time to attend your wedding reception. Please forgive us. In an instant, Stella's entire body stiffened, her pupils wide. What did you say? You're getting married. And it's not me? How is that possible? Under stunned gaze, Harper walked in. She wore a sharp white suit, her long hair tied back, exuding confidence, her eyes solely on me. Julian, I've come for you. Let's go home. She took my hand, walking past Stella, but Stella blocked her path. Julian, you can't marry her. You have no emotional foundation. How can you get married so easily? This is your life's most important decision. Miss Stella, Harper's voice was indifferent. Today is Julian and my wedding. Please show some respect. Stella, what right do you have to stop me? I stared into her eyes, smiling faintly. In that moment, Stella's face turned deathly pale. Her lips moved, but she couldn't utter a single word. Yes, what right did she have to stop me? A fiancé? Long before, when she brought another man to beg me for my blessing, she had already lost any right to interfere in my life. Let it go. Today is brother's happy day, and it's also our wedding day. He's found happiness, and we should congratulate him. Besides, our wedding is about to start, and the guests are waiting. Let's get married first, okay? Noah softly persuaded Stella, then turned to me, a hint of glee flashing in his eyes. Brother, congratulations to you and Miss Harper on your wedding. A lifetime of happiness. Julian, let's go. It's getting late. Mom, Dad, and the guests are all waiting. Harper took my hand again, not even glancing at Stella, and walked out of the mansion. Harper and my wedding was held at the city's most exclusive hotel, attended by political and business dignitaries. Julian, from today on, you are my husband. With me, no one will ever make you suffer again, Harper said, looking into my eyes with utmost seriousness during our vows. In that moment, my heart stirred slightly. This woman, at my lowest point, went against everyone's pressure to say she would marry me. She also gave me the most dignified wedding. It would be a lie to say I wasn't touched. On the other side, Stella and Noah's wedding seemed meager and desolate. Without the Sterling family's support, Stella could only invite a handful of guests from the business world. I heard the wedding went on as planned, but Stella was distracted, frequently checking her phone. When the officiant asked if she was willing to take Noah as her husband, she reportedly drifted off, taking a long time to answer. It wasn't until Noah forcefully nudged her that she snapped back to reality, hastily saying, "I do." The entire scene was incredibly awkward. After the wedding, Noah, furious, had a huge argument with her in the private lounge. Stella, meanwhile, simply sat there, dialing my number over and over again. Of course, she couldn't reach me, because 3 days prior, I had blocked all her contact information. After the wedding, I moved into Harper's villa, and our lives became unexpectedly harmonious. Harper respected me, supported me, and gave me ample space and freedom. I began taking over some of the family businesses, and with my own abilities, quickly established myself in the company. A month later, at a corporate gala, I was representing Sterling, negotiating with a partner, when Noah suddenly approached me. "Brother, long time no see. How have you been recently?" He proudly tightened his arm around Stella, who was beside him. "Oh, I forgot to tell you, is especially good to me. She says all the empire she builds from now on, she'll share with me." I glanced at him indifferently, not bothering to respond. But he leaned into my ear, continuing his provocation. "Julian, aren't you jealous? You protected Stella for so many years, and in the end, wasn't she stolen by me? You know what? Says being with you was like warm water, calm and steady, but with me, it's a fiery passion. Are you done? Talking?" I looked at him coldly. "Mr. Noah, true happiness doesn't need to be flaunted. You, like this, merely seem to be suffering from a fear of loss. It appears Stella's love for you is nothing special after all." With that, I picked up a champagne glass and splashed it directly in his face. Julian, are you crazy?" "Mr. Noah," I set down the glass, a faint smile playing on my lips. "My wife, Harper, has a phobia of germs. She doesn't like me getting contaminated with anything unclean. So, please stay far away from me in the future. Otherwise I don't know if the next thing I splash on you will be champagne, or something else entirely. Also, my wife is fiercely protective. If she sees something dirty constantly bothering me, your actions might just affect Ms. Stella's business." Noah stared at me, dumbfounded, unable to speak. Noticing the commotion, Stella and Harper rushed over. Stella took off her blazer, intending to wipe Noah's face, but he pushed her hand away. "Stella, your husband is being bullied like this, and you just stand there watching?" Noah complained to Stella like an aggrieved husband, completely losing his composure. I merely glanced in their direction before Harper pulled my attention back. She gently wiped the wine stains from my hand. "As long as you're not hurt. Next time, you can be even more assertive. I'm always behind you." My heart skipped a beat. Harper didn't let go of my hand. In front of everyone, she brought my hand to her lips and blew on it. "Your hands are so cold. Let's go home." The warmth on my hand made my cheeks flush slightly, and I quietly replied, "Okay, let's go home." But as soon as I took a step, Stella blocked our way. "Julian, why did you splash Noah? He's not well. Do you still have feelings for me?" "But is." I interrupted Stella. "Miss Stella, please don't flatter yourself like your husband. I splashed him because he deserved to be splashed. It has nothing to do with anyone else." Stella wanted to say but Harper pulled me behind her. Harper scanned the two of them, her tone chilling. "Miss Stella, my husband never does anything without reason. As for you, instead of questioning others here, you should manage your husband first. Don't let him behave like a clown, annoying everyone." With that, she ignored Stella's ashen face and left with me. In the car, Harper held my hand and softly said, "Leave these matters to me in the future. Don't dirty your hands." A hard corner in my heart seemed to subtly melt. After that corporate gala, Stella and Noah became the laughingstock of the social circles. As for me, thanks to Harper's unwavering favoritism, no one dared to provoke me easily anymore. Stella quieted down for a while. The next time I saw her was at a project bidding conference. Sterling and the company Stella founded became competitors. Ultimately, Sterling secured the project. After the meeting, Stella, distraught, returned home and informed Noah of her failed bid. Noah, far from comforting her, flew into a rage, accusing her of being useless and unable to even outdo her old flame. The two erupted into a fierce argument. During the dispute, Noah complained of chest tightness and was rushed to the hospital. After examination, the doctor reassured them, "Ms. Stella, rest assured, the patient is fine, just overly emotional. However, his constitution is weak, so he needs rest." Stella looked at Noah on the hospital bed and suddenly remembered his brother, who had supposedly died saving her. At the time, the incident was sudden, and she was only consumed by guilt and a sense of responsibility, never looking into it deeply. Now, with a calmer mind, suspicions arose. Doubt began to take root in Stella's heart. She called her assistant. Immediately. Investigate everything that happened in Europe 3 years ago, especially regarding Noah and his brother. Don't miss any detail. After hanging up, Stella walked into the hospital room. Noah lay weakly on the bed. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have lost my temper with you." Stella's cold gaze agitated Noah. He struggled, trying to grab the hem of her clothes. "Have you forgotten how my brother died saving you? Our family lost someone because of you. I can't lose you too." I was wrong. Please forgive me this one time, okay?" Right, there was still a life. A flicker of indecision and guilt crossed Stella's mind. She reached out to comfort Noah, but her phone screen lit up. It was the investigation results from her assistant. She tapped to open the email and read through it, her face instantly turning ashen. "Your brother?" She gripped Noah's hand tightly. "The brother who's on vacation in Hawaii with the $5 million compensation I gave him?" Noah's sobbing ceased abruptly, his pupils constricting sharply. "You. What are you saying? I don't understand." "Don't understand?" Stella advanced on him, pushing the phone screen into his face. 3 years ago in Lyon, the one who saved me was Julian. When I was framed by commercial spies, it was Julian who flew over to get me out. When the capital chain broke, it was Julian who mortgaged his properties. You and your perfectly alive brother, you've been nothing but two liars from beginning to end. And that drink? It wasn't some drug from a competitor, it was you. You drugged me yourself. You were a pawn sent by my business rival to ruin me from the very beginning, weren't you? You two brothers claimed others' merits, deceived me for money and my heart. Well done." Before her words had even faded, Noah was roughly shoved off the bed. His face was ashen, his lips trembling, unable to utter a single word. "I was so foolish." Stella's eyes were vacant. "I actually pushed away the only light in my life for a man like you, a man full of lies." Regret gnawed at her like 1,000 ants. "Divorce, yes, I'm going to divorce you. My husband should be Julian." Stella finished, then stumbled out of the hospital. Stella sent the Devo RCE papers to Noah the next day, but Noah, unwilling to forfeit all assets, retaliated, causing a citywide scandal. Stella's company stock plummeted, her reputation crashed, and she eventually divorced with heavy losses. As for me, accompanied by Harper, my life only got better. I founded my own fashion brand, which quickly made a name for itself in the industry. Harper was my first investor and my strongest support. When I stayed up late working on a design, she would silently drape a coat over me and bring me a warm glass of milk. She would remember all my preferences, preparing unexpected surprises for me on every anniversary. My heart was slowly filling up. I started looking forward to coming home from work every day, seeing her silhouette reading documents under the lamp. I grew accustomed to falling asleep with my arm pillowing her head, inhaling her clean, pleasant scent. I think I've truly fallen in love with her. This day, my brand held its first new product launch. Afterward, I was surrounded by reporters and partners. Harper stayed by my side, shielding me from the crowd and thoughtfully handing me water. Just then, Stella pushed through the crowd and rushed to me. She held an ornate keepsake box in her hands. She opened it, and inside was the repaired antique watch. Although the cracks were still visible, it had been restored to its original state. Harper shielded me, saying coldly, "Miss Stella, please show some respect. This is between Julian and me. Get out." Stella yelled at her, then looked at me. "Julian," she begged, her hands trembling as she held the watch. "I fixed the watch. I know I was wrong, I truly know I was wrong. I was blind, I was a fool. I mistook a fisheye for a pearl, and took all your kindness for granted. Please give me another chance, okay? I'll give you my company, everything I have, just come back." With that, she actually dropped to her knees. The entire hall erupted in murmurs. I calmly withdrew my hand. Stella, do you know? The blessed charm I prayed for you. I made a vow before the Buddha. May you live your life in peace and joy, and may all your wishes be fulfilled. And now, I only wish you to seek and not find, and live with regret forever. With that, I took Harper's arm and turned to leave. Behind me, Stella's heartbreaking sobs echoed, but all of it had nothing to do with me anymore. After that launch event, Stella became a complete joke. Videos and photos of female CEO kneels for reconciliation spread across the internet. Her company declared bankruptcy. She had to sell her house and car, moving into a modest rental apartment. She drank heavily every day, living in a daze. On the rare occasions she was sober, she would go to the hilltop lookout where we used to frequent, sitting there for an entire day. As for Noah, after divorcing her, he didn't get what he wanted. He wanted to re-enter high society but, due to his tarnished reputation, encountered obstacles everywhere. I heard he found another wealthy woman, but because she was too domineering, he was quickly cast aside and sent away in disgrace. My brand grew bigger and bigger, becoming a leading independent designer brand in the country. Harper and I lived increasingly happily, with love flourishing in everyday moments. We would jog together in the mornings, watch an old movie together on weekend afternoons, and decide who washed dishes after dinner with a game of rock paper scissors. A year later, Harper became pregnant. I was as nervous as a first-time father, wanting to cradle her in my hands 24 hours a day. I cancelled all unnecessary engagements, came home from work on time every day to be with her. I learned to cook her nutritious meals, though the taste was often questionable. I would also lie on her belly and tell stories to the baby, my voice so gentle it could melt. I often looked at her profile, unable to help but think, this is what it feels like to be loved wholeheartedly by someone. On the day she gave birth, I paced anxiously outside the delivery room. When the nurse came out holding our child and told me mother and son were safe, I, a grown man, actually teared up. I rushed into the delivery room, pressing kiss after kiss on my wife's sweat-soaked forehead. Harper, you worked so hard. She looked at me and smiled. We named our child Liam, wishing him a lifetime of joy and peace. On's baby's naming ceremony, the Sterling and Vance families held a grand celebration for him. At the banquet, Harper held our child, standing beside me, receiving blessings from family and friends. I looked up and, in the corner of the banquet hall, saw Stella. Her hair was streaked with gray, and her back was slightly hunched. She looked even older than my father. She gazed at our family of 3, her eyes filled with profound regret. Harper frowned, signaling security to escort her out. Stella looked at me deeply and then left. She mouthed 3 silent words, I'm sorry. I averted my gaze and gently rested my head on Harper's shoulder. Sorry? It's too late. Stella, I no longer need your apology. Because I already possess the greatest happiness in the world. As for you, may you live out your days alone, in the hell of regret you personally forged. Outside the window, the moonlight was soft, the starlight brilliant. I looked at our sleeping baby, then at Harper beside me, her eyes gentle, and my heart was filled with peace. My life had long since turned a brand new page. As for the past, let it fade away with the wind.